Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.
Okay, welcome to the Commodity Report presented by TackleTrading.com. This is Coach T from Tackle Trading, sending this out to all of our team members. And let's get started. Pretty active 10 days in the commodities market, and I want to start with crude oil. I'm going to take these drawings down as we go and put them back on. Now, crude has been bearish, and if you'll remember, the last time we did the commodity report, the 26th of July, I have some data in here. We were -1, bearish, okay? And we look at this here, I'm actually going to go to a -2. I'm going to actually increase the bearish call. We've been bearish on crude oil now for some time. Got to ask yourself, have you taken advantage of that? We've been calling crude bearish since early July. During that time, crude oil for the month of July has basically broken down here, okay? We're down over $12, $11 from where that breakdown happened, about 56. We're now sitting at 45. It's almost a 25-30% move. Did you take advantage of it? You gotta position yourself around some of these major products and make sure you're in there and you're taking a look at them daily so that you can actually trade it. Now, looking at crude oil, we did recently just break support again. In fact, the breakdown was here today. You'll notice this developing downtrend, really big expanded range candlesticks on the red candlesticks, but not that many good green candlesticks. Pressure, 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 selling, selling, little bearish retracement, pivot, trigger, trigger. It's just flat bearish right now, guys. There's no doubt about it. Got the price at 45.32. Support I'm going to put at 42.50, which was the support from earlier in the year. Resistance I'm going to drop down to 50. Now, looking at support resistance, that 42.50 comes in from that support we hit in March. 50 is where 55 is where we had it last week. I'm going to move that down to this 50 level, and that would be the next point that you would set stops and that kind of thing on. Crude oil, calling it -2. Let's go on to natural gas. Natural gas, I'm giving this a neutral call. Warmer weather and falling supply helped boost some of the prices here in the last week or so. Let's take a look at NG. We've been given nat gas a neutral call for a while now, and it's been a good naked put. We've mentioned that for some of the ETF products and tradable products. Higher low, higher low, higher low, lower high, equal highs. We're just pretty much range bound in here right now. It's neither bullish or bearish, hence the neutral call. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, we've been bearish on now for 3 weeks. It's been breaking down. General commodities sell-off this week. Weak demand from China and a looming rate increase from the Federal Reserve is what's keeping gold under pressure. Let's go take a look at the chart. We got 1072 as support, 1150 as resistance. Let's look at GC right here. And let's dump all those out. Yep. Okay, you see the breakdown here. We've got now new support down here where it crashed back down a couple weeks ago when it sold off real hard. That breakdown would be another trigger, by the way. This is a low base pattern. You do have a downtrend. You do have bearish activity. Bearish candlestick as well today. If it broke support, that would be a trigger and something to take action on. Let's take a look at silver next. Silver. And I've been holding out, trying to be neutral on silver, and I've got to give it a 0 to a -1. I'm going to go slightly bearish. It's just following gold around the chart. So got to call it like you see it, 8/3/2015. We're going to go slightly bearish, support at 14.46, resistance at 16. You did have a bearish trigger today based on technical analysis. Let's take a look at that a little bit closer on silver. Lots of triggers. So it started to retrace here. It hit the 20-period moving average here on Friday. Trigger, sell-off. You've got support down here. Break down below that. You're probably going to see a little bit lower prices as well. Now, next is copper. We talked about this on the commodity report a lot lately. Copper is such a high-demand product from China. China's been crashing lately, and they've had a lot of weakness, and so copper's been bearish. We've been bearish on copper for the entire month of July, and it has paid us off. It's been down, 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 down. We have a lower high and a lower low, downtrend confirmed. Chinese weakness is equaling lower demand expectations. Let's take a look at the chart, HG here. Copper futures, you can see the sell-off. Just lower high, lower low, lower high, low, lower low. Trigger, pivots. I mean, they're just showing you that weakness. Definitely still going to hold the bearish call on copper. Let's go through the other metals. Palladium got a bearish call, -2. We've been bearish on this since late June, actually. You can kind of see how a lot of them, they all started to move at the same time. And we've been aggressively bearish on this product for quite some time. Palladium has come down $130 since we put on a bearish call, you know, so we caught a lot of that trend, 20% of the movement. Platinum, and we'll look at both these charts together. Platinum we've been very bearish on, -1, -1, -2. For about a month and a half now, we've been bearish on platinum, and it is down quite a bit. You know, down quite a bit. Let's go look at both of those charts, palladium and platinum. Kind of group those two together. A lot of times we analyze them in conjunction. You see palladium breaking down, you know, break down here, break down here, break down here, selling, selling, selling. Definitely a bearish chart. Platinum, same kind of thing. Further weakness down here at the bottom end of that chart. You find that support point around the 960 mark. Good red candle today, down 2.4% today. You know, and so we're seeing a lot of that pressure here. And after platinum, let's go look at the livestock. Cattle, I'm giving it a -1 call. Been 2 weeks in a row right there on bearish on cattle. And I'm neutral on hogs, 0. So kind of mixed on livestock right now. Let's go look at both of those together. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure. Yep, neutral on hogs, HE and LE. Okay, let's start with LE right here. Cattle is in a bearish retracement. We see the breakdown, retracement into the moving average zones. This red line is a 50-period moving average. You look at that chart, general bearishness over time. You would need a pivot trigger. It's not at an entry point yet until you get confirmation. And let's look at hogs. Hogs are more range bound, okay? And we see the back and forth action, support, resistance. You've had mixed data, and obviously lower feed prices and whatnot is affecting that. But we've had mixed data on the supply of hogs and how, you know, those are going to be coming out. And so you've just seen data points just driving it back and forth. Been very volatile, somewhat unpredictable. Let's go through the grain markets. Kind of getting a groove on the commodity report. We kind of go through all these, you know, certain groupings all at the same time. Corn, we're neutral on. Deep sell-off on global economic weakness is the note I have there. Oats, I've gone neutral as well. They've got support is what it is. You're going to see it on all the charts. Waiting on a direction after recent volatility in grains. Soybeans is really testing support. In China, actually, they canceled an order for soybeans recently, which was kind of a trigger to say, oh, there's going to be weakness, more weakness in grains. We're going to go look at all the charts. Wheat, definitely testing support. And then sugar is really bearish, -2. It broke down. We've been bearish on sugar for quite some time now. And we'll look at all these charts back to back to back to back. Okay, let's start with corn. All the Z contracts down here. And you'll notice, okay, corn has been selling off precipitously like we've been talking about. But it's after that one big major rally early in July. It's now just bringing it back into the price range we were in May and June. That support test is going to be a big test. Let's look at oats. Same kind of thing, trying to hold support down here. Recent upswing, can't call it bullish. I can't call it bearish yet either because we still have that range-bound activity over the long haul, giving it a neutral call. Soybeans, same kind of thing. You've got major support right here. Now, by the way, if it does break, it's a bearish signal. Okay, so even though I'm neutral 0 right now because it's testing support, long-term range bound, if it breaks down, you got to call it bearish. And that may be the next commodity report. Wheat, let's take a look here. Wheat futures, see the same thing. Green candle today, somewhat higher lows in here, trying to find itself. Extreme volatility, you know, as we get different reports from weather and growing season, but then you've got demand weakness. It's a hodgepodge of economic data right now surrounding the grains. And then the last but not least is sugar. which we're increasing our call to a -2 on sugar on bearishness, and you see that it just broke support. Major breakdown below support with confirmation today. Got to be bearish on that. Okay, that has been the Commodity Report presented by TackleTrading.com. Guys, we put these out there every week and a half, just whenever there's major action in the commodity reports. I'm trying to settle on a day for these. I kind of like the beginning of the week to set up for the week. We had been doing them on Thursdays. If you have any feedback or request, find us inside the clubhouse. There's a commodities report thread that I keep up to date, and we do some questioning back and forth on that. Okay, get in the game.